of the biggest gambling scandals in baseball took place during the 1919 World Series. 8 players in the Chicago White Sox were accused of intentionally losing games in exchange for money from gamblers. Star outfielder Shoeless Joe Jackson, pitcher Eddie Cicotte, pitcher Claude Lefty Williams, third baseman George Buck Weaver, first baseman Arnold Chick Gandil, infielder Fred McMullen, shortstop Charles Wade Riesberg, and center fielder Oscar Happy Felsch earned the nickname the Chicago Black Sox. The players were acquitted in court, but the commissioner banned them from baseball for life. Shoeless Joe Jackson was the most notable player. He had the most successful past and the most prominent future of all the Black Sox. He was only 31 years old and had a lifetime .365 batting average. It remains the third highest in the history of baseball. Eddie Cicotte was the best American League pitcher that season, going 29-7. Although the scandal took place in 1919, the players weren't banned until the 1921 season. In the 1950-51 season of college basketball, there was a point-shaving gambling scandal that involved a total of 7 schools, 4 in Greater New York and 3 in the Midwest. The City College of New York, New York University, Long Island University, Manhattan College, Bradley University, University of Kentucky, and the University of Toledo. There were 33 players involved, and it tied in organized crime. 35 active and former college players were accused of fixing games. Between 1947 and 1951, at least 86 games were fixed. 20 players were indicted and convicted in the scandal. 14 gamblers were indicted and convicted. The careers and reputations of many players and coaches were ruined. The scandal first came to light when New York City District Attorney Frank Hogan arrested 7 men on charges of conspiring to fix games on February 18, 1951. All-American forward Ed Warner, center Ed Roman, and guard Al Roth were taken into custody. They were all stars of the CCNY 1950 National Championship team. He bet on baseball, he bet on Reds games, and now Pete Rose is banned from baseball and will never earn a spot in the Hall of Fame. In August 1989, 3 years after he retired as an active player, Rose agreed to permanent ineligibility from baseball, amidst accusations that he gambled on baseball games while playing for and managing the Reds, including claims that he even bet on his own team. In 1991, the Baseball Hall of Fame formally voted to ban those on the permanently ineligible list from induction. In 2004, after years of public denial, Rose admitted to betting on baseball, and on, but not against, the Reds. The issue of Rose's possible reinstatement and election to the Hall of Fame remains continuous throughout baseball. On June 22, 2015, ESPN conducted an investigation and determined that Rose bet on baseball while still a player from 1984 to 1986. In Cincinnati, Rose is still loved, and there still is not any evidence that he bet against the Reds.
Hornung was the Green Bay Packers' Golden Boy running back. He set an NFL record with 176 points in 1960 and was the 1961 NFL MVP. Karras was an all-pro defensive tackle for the Detroit Lions. The two were suspended by NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle for betting on NFL games and associating with gamblers. Hornung claims his bets were made with friends and for $100 to $200, but Rozelle found otherwise. Hornung had bet up to $500 on games, said Rozelle, and Karras had placed at least a half dozen $50 to $100 bets. The New York Prep Hoops superstar was kicked out of the University of Iowa after his freshman year after testifying in the 1961 point-shaving case, although it was found that Hawkins was not guilty. After investigation, it was found that Hawkins actually was not involved, and his name was just brought up in an interview with someone who was guilty, which caused a lot of questioning. Hawkins was kept from seeking legal counsel while he was being grilled and interrogated by the New York City detectives. He had not played a single varsity game at the University of Iowa. Hawkins went pro in 1962 and was named the American Basketball League's MVP. He then played for the Globetrotters from 1963 to 1967 and in the American Basketball Association for 2 seasons, including one in which he was named the MVP. Hawkins had been eligible for the 1964 NBA draft, but Commissioner Walter Kennedy made it clear he wasn't welcome in the league. He went undrafted in 1964, 65, and 66 and was officially banned after the 1966 draft. Hawkins filed a $6 million antitrust lawsuit against the NBA. In 1969, the suit was settled out of court. The NBA lifted the ban and gave Hawkins nearly $1 million and a 5-year, $410,000 contract with the Suns.